Bien, vamos con otro tema. Un profesor de una escuela rural de Kenia fue galardonado con el Global Teacher Prize 2019, el denominado Premio Nobel de los Profesores, que reconoce a los docentes que realizan una labor destacada en la educación. Peter Tabichi usa la tecnología y métodos innovadores para ampliar el horizonte de sus estudiantes en una de las escuelas más pobres del país africano. En el marco de su gira por América Latina, el mejor profesor del mundo conversó con 24 horas. Escuchamos parte de lo que nos contó.
Mr. Tabichi, thank you so much for being with us. And Machana Mitsuri, am I saying that right? And Kuwaka Rabisha to Chile, is that right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Well, welcome to our country. Hope you're having a good time here in Chile. And if you can start telling us what brings you here.
Thank you so much. I come here to share my story with other teachers, to also learn from them. I'm the Global Teacher Prize winner, Back Foundation 2019.
And mainly these students, do they walk to school? Do they take the car? Their parents take them? How is their situation in that sense, so that we can have an idea of what's the reality where you're teaching?
So I can say that there are also other number of challenges that the students face. They walk to school for long distances. Some walk as long as 70 kilometers. And then they come from very poor families. They cannot be able to afford meals at home, like dinner. So the majority rely on the only meals provided at school in the morning. The school gives them porridge, and there is also lunch, but they're just simple meals. Like in the morning, porridge, you see it's just from maize flour, and then lunchtime they have githeri, that's a local name for combination of beans and maize boiled together. That's what they're given, and that's what sustains some of them even up to dinner time. And then at school, there are also a number of challenges in that the school doesn't have facilities needed for learning, like lab apparatus, no library, no dining hall. Even the classrooms are not enough. Like the selective students at times have to use the study under the trees, their benches. So I can say that there are quite a number of challenges. Both at home, they face those challenges at home, and also when they are in school.
So I guess you're really, really proud about your students, especially because I understand that some of them got a national recognition for a project they had, and they also traveled to the US to present it there.
Yeah, despite those challenges, we as teachers have made them believe that they have the potential to really do great things. So myself, I've initially observed that they have the curiosity, and I had to really work with them to raise their self-esteem and also to come up with some innovations, especially this scientific kind of projects, which they were able to compete with other students from other schools and made them qualify even up to the national level. And that was a big achievement. That's something that only used to be achieved by, I can say that these giant schools, top schools, and even international schools. But here comes now our school was also on the map. Last year, our school happened to be the top from even beating all of those giant schools, and it was ranked the best in the country. And then this year we had some students who were selected to represent Kenya, and not just Kenya, Africa, in the Intel International Science Fair. And they did so well. They didn't just go there to participate, but also to really do well, and they emerged winners, I can say. That was really motivated the others, and it was a great achievement for our school.
Well, congratulations on that.
Yeah, thank you.
And then I understand that you have 7 tribes represented in the school, and therefore you created something called the Peace Club. Can you tell us what it is?
In the school, we created a number of clubs and also other programs which are really meant for ensuring that students also learn other aspects other than just only dwelling on academic knowledge. So myself, I gave my best in a Biz Club because I was selected as the patron. I'm the patron of that club. And this club, I find it to be very, very nice because it unites students because they come from like 7 tribes. You know, that community is made up of like 7 tribes. So as a way of uniting them, we really find that one to be very useful to our students. And at the moment, and I can see that students are getting united, they are able to feel themselves as belonging to one community, not just belonging to those individual tribes. And also as a way of really enhancing the spirit of teamwork. You see, they have to work as a team. They do a number of activities like tree planting and cleaning of the environment, the school. All at times they get outside the school to clean, and then they do sporting activities. So that's a way of bringing them together.
And then, though I understand, it got to be very tough to teach it that way because 70% of the population in the area where you guys are declare that violence against children is a matter of concern, and usually that violence happens within the households. So how do you try to get those kids outside of their environment and teach them peace if that's not what they get at home?
I can say that violence has been an issue, especially moments like when we have something small that triggers, like now in the year 2007, 2008, there was post-election violence. And I can say that the violence was triggered because of the main tribes. And people were like, there was kind of conflict based on tribal differences. So we just try to use the clubs like Peace Club to bring them together, for them to see that they should not divide themselves based on the tribes, that they are one people. And I can say that when students meet and they are able to have like debating activities, planting of trees, they go back to their homes to preach the same message to their sisters, brothers, and even their parents. So that way you find that even the other students are motivated, and you find that there is some peace. You know, we need a peace for us to move forward. Without peace, you see, you'll not be able to enjoy even learning in school. That's why we really focus on ensuring that there is some peace within the school and the students.
Mr. Tabichi, you've said you come from a family of teachers. Your father was a teacher, some aunts, I think. In that sense, you being a brother of Franciscan brother, you need to keep your vow of chastity. So therefore, you never thought of having your own children?
Becoming a teacher and a brother, I can say that that's a personal choice. I was motivated by a number of factors to join teaching. I can say that I was impressed by the kind of work teachers do in the society, the important role that they do. My father himself was a teacher, so it inspired me very much. And he's also a strong Christian, and he believes in moral values, that through moral values you'll be able to have good people with good behavior. So it inspired me. And then also felt like to do well, to really help others in the society, I need to also come out of my way. You know, in this world you are born not just to be happy. You are born also to make others happy. And that way I felt like becoming a brother, it also gave me that freedom to help others, and in a more kind of a powerful way.
You talk about good behavior. Now, these days, Catholic Church has been questioned a lot about that good behavior. What do you think about it?
I can say that there are a number of challenges the church is facing. But you see, challenges are everywhere. Yeah, everyone is prone to challenges. And that has been there for a number of years. So I can say that Christians, the church, members who are in the church, they are human beings, they are not angels. You can only say that crises should not be there, the challenges should not be there if you are in heaven. I don't know where that heaven is. We are here on earth, we have human beings who are human and they are prone to challenges. But now, one most important thing that we need to be aware of is that crisis that was yesterday is the same today and the same tomorrow. And that is there, Christ is there all the time and is able to win all of these challenges. So we need just to go on with the mission. The church has a very important role to play and just move on with its role and we'll be able to overcome those challenges.
I know you've been in our country very, very little time, but there is a crisis too, since you're talking about crises, between teachers and the government right now.
There are problems all over the world, challenges, and you see challenges, as I've already said, challenges are everywhere. But I believe in the spirit of working together, working as a team. We need to have a dialogue. You see, when you come together, great things happen. And then we give priorities to things that matter, ensuring that students are given they have values, they have moral values, they have socio-emotional skills, they have all of these soft skills. That's what we really need to focus on, that we invest in education, not just education, but good and quality education. And then we'll be able to really be able to overcome the challenges. And you see, that's also one purpose of good education, that through good education, you will be able to solve so many challenges that the world is currently facing. And of course, of challenges like global, we have like climate change. It's not just here, even in Africa, everywhere.
You said that this prize, Global Teacher Prize, is not going to change you in any way. You've gotten a lot of recognition, international recognition of what you do, but also a big amount of money. What are you planning to do with it?
I feel like I have now a chance of more voice to be able to really accomplish my dreams. I've always been looking for a way that, at school we have so many challenges. How can we solve those challenges? How can the society come together? How can we interact and have like inter-school kind of exchange programs? Now that I have this, I think I have a chance, and those are the activities I'll be really working on, ensuring that we have schools working together, like in science. I teach science, and even the other subjects. And then our school has a number of challenges, like this water shortage. There is lab apparatus, shortage of those apparatus, and then we don't have Wi-Fi, internet, and so those are some of the things I'll be working on to ensure that the school has, and also work on something in the community to ensure that things like food insecurities are addressed. But I not solve the whole, the whole problem, but I just do something which will be like part of a solution, kind of a means to an end, but it will not be an end in itself, as a way of really inspiring other people and really showing that teachers can as well transform, can do great work in the society.
How would you describe African teachers? This prize that you won is not, you've been the first African teacher to be recognized by this prize, but also I've heard a lot of media people and other teachers say this is not just a prize for you or for Kenya, but for Africa.
Yes, I can say that winning the Global Teacher Prize, getting this award, was not just a personal recognition. It's not just recognize me, but it recognizes the important role that teachers play in the society, not only in Kenya or Africa, but I can say globally. Teachers do a lot of work. Teachers do a lot of sacrifices. Teachers go out of their way, even at times their comfort and the expense of their family members. They do a lot, and we need to recognize that, and I'm here to really represent them. So it's a kind of a recognizing their great work, and therefore I'm just like representing them, and it's just symbolic of their great work which they are doing in the society. And of course, we have great teachers even here in Chile. We have great teachers who are doing the same great work.
I understand that you met with Felipe Ramirez, who was with you last year among the 50 teachers that were ready to get the prize, so that you saw him and you got some words for him too?
Yes, I can say that it's among those teachers who are working hard to ensure that they make individual effort towards improving education system here in the country. So I can say that let the teachers continue with what they are doing. For him, let him continue with the great work that he's doing. And also, I'm very sure together we are going to achieve a lot once we believe the important role that teachers play in the society.
Thank you so much, Mr. Tabichi, for talking to us.
Thank you, thank you.